Did you think we had forgotten? Did you think we had forgiven?
Today, all cards are going on the table. All right. Now, first things first. It's been a lot of talk. It's been a lot of posts. The Twitter world, the hyenas, has gone nuts and nuts. And it's time to talk about this stuff. Because apparently, people have been saying I'm trying to dodge things that people brought up on Twitter. Well, before we go into all this Twitter stuff, let me just explain one thing for you. It's very, very simple. Twitter. What kind of people are on Twitter? Well, when it comes to this kind of world where we are right now, like what we are doing when it comes to WoW and all this stuff, we have the content creators, we have the companies, and we have the simps of the content creators. And then we have this percentage that just hangs out there just to see some info here and there. Now, I guess that people that are just there to check info and stuff, I guess those are actually the minority of the people on Twitter. And the simps are the loudest ones. Now, the funny thing is, when it comes to the video was what, 30 minutes, something like that? Plus, minus. When people saw it, they were like, hell to the fuck no, I'm gonna watch this. Now, everything comes down to what it's all about, right? How important it is, how much you actually care about it. But if you are a person that actually starts typing something about the video or about me, about something like that, you go in, you click on that link on Twitter, and you see this, and you start typing something about what you think and feel, at least watch the fucking video. Seeing some stuff, some clips here and there, and then think you have everything figured out what it's all about, and then giving your stupid opinion about it, it's just fucking stupid. And that doesn't only go for the simps, that also goes for the content creators out there. A lot of these content creators have been making their voice heard in a way that they haven't actually watched the video to give like a proper opinion about it. And as a content creator, it means that other people will see what your reaction is. When they see what your reaction is, the simps hops in again. That will be what they feel like, what their reaction is. And then it goes like it spreads out. In the end, loads of people haven't even watched the video and they give an opinion about it. And we're gonna look at some of these opinions. Also because a lot of people said that I haven't like talked about, you know, the things that they have been mentioning in the Twitter post, and that makes it feel a little bit sus. Well, I have been mentioning them. I've been mentioning on my stream. But of course, that's not enough. So we're gonna bring some of them up here. I have nothing to hide, man. There's nothing sus at all. It is very, very, very simple. This is a person that for a very long time has been literally on me as a hawk. And I mentioned that the last video. He has been on me as a fucking hawk, watching every move that I've been doing, using that and showing it as is like that he figured all these things out. And that's what has been bothering me. But let's hop in. I'm gonna tell you more about these things. We start with this one. Darkmech made a post. Now, this kind of tweet, these kind of answers clearly shows that this cunt hasn't watched the video. He hasn't watched anything that I'm doing. He doesn't know even like what the video is about, the main one that I made when I talked about what has been going on, the previous video about MrGM. Because if we take a look here, if we take it like step by step, the first ones here, let's put it like this. YouTube. If you have been watching all videos for 8 years, then you have clearly seen that YouTube is not my main place. It's the website. The place where I put my most time and effort when it comes to content is the website. Website is the main thing. Everything around is just extras. Now that's number one. All right. And then you start comparing my stuff to MrGM stuff, which is very, very interesting. You compare my stuff with a person that is 100% content creator. Now I'm going to tell you something, Darkmech. Number one, my normal days starts with that I wake up 5:30 in the morning, make breakfast for the kids, get everyone ready, drive them to school, drive my wife to work, drive my own ass to work. I work for 8 hours, then I come back home from work. Before I do that, I pick everyone up again. We do the things that needs to be done when it comes to family stuff before we actually come home. When we come home, it's all about taking care of the kids. Everything from their school, their education, to playtime, to food time, to cleaning time. All these things has to do with family, right? Now, 8-hour work and then I do all these things. together with my wife. After that, I hop in on this stuff. Most of the times when they go to bed, sometimes when they're still up. So basically, we're talking about a full working day and everything at home when you come home. And the little energy that I have left that I put on my hobby, those couple of hours, that's what you are comparing with a person that is a full-time job content creator. So think a little bit what you're comparing with. Now, the thing is, if I start talking about that my content is better than someone else, that's one thing. Then you can bring up all this bullshit you just did. I never, ever brought up my content and compared my content in a way with someone else that mine is better or anything like that. I don't even have time with that stuff. I don't have the money for that stuff. I don't have the money for all these extra things with the video quality, audio, and all that shit. I post stuff. Most of the times, it's from stream. YouTube is literally like the last thing on the list. The last thing, if I have something to show, I just put it out there. I take stuff from stream. I don't have time to make all these videos and all these things. From stream, if there's something cool or something that happened, I take it out from there. That's the only time I have. When I'm on vacation, then I make videos. Then I actually do like proper videos, as you guys call it. Other than that, that's the time I have. And nothing from the video I made about MrGM and what he's been doing, nothing of it has to do with it. I'm comparing his content with my content. Literally nothing. And these 8 years of YouTube, if you actually look at them, you can see they come in waves. Sometimes there are videos, then we have like 5-6 months of literally nothing before the ones pops up again. So if you watched it, those eight years of videos, you probably should have noticed that there are very big pause times in between. You should have probably noticed that they're all linked to what I say, like, oh, this website. Man, 78% of all my YouTube videos, I literally go through stuff from my website. Did you think even? So that means it's just bullshit what you just said that you didn't watch all my videos. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. So that would be okay if we weren't on this quest to say someone is stealing your content and that's why you're not in the same position. You both cover the same PTR content. Now here's a funny thing, Dark Mech. Now, I have no idea what you do in your life, but you're clearly not in PTR. And I brought up this tweet because a lot of people have been acting the way you've been acting. So let's talk about this PTR. I've been seeing tweets about, well, it's called PTR, public test realm. Of course, it's public and all these things. We have other content creators saying like, well, it's WoW news. How can you claim that you have the first WoW news when it's WoW news? All these kind of like opinions is just stupidity. It's literally just stupidity. Because I never talked about WoW news. I'm not talking about fucking Twitch drop that is coming out next month. And I was like, oh, I was the first one that saw it. And now people are taking from what I said. Man, think a little bit. Please, think a little bit. I literally said on last video as well, this has nothing to do with WoW news and all that bullshit. Okay, let's jump in on the PTR thingy. The public test realm. When we are in a public test realm, when you go in there, when something is out on the public test realm, we go in, we check it out, we see what is up, right? The difference is that we dig deep. We really, really dig deep. On the streams. I always stream when I'm on the PTR. We dig so deep that if you think about 50-hour playtime on the PTR, around 30 hours of that is literally checking and no results. And only like 20 hours of the 50 hours are actually stuff that we found actual results. Now, if you put that in perspective, that's how much it takes to dig deep. We're not going through like these overall things that they put on the PTR development notes. This and this and this is out. And then we go in and then we record some videos of that stuff and then we're done. We don't do that. We hop in and we freaking dig. We check out everything that is even possible. We even check out stuff that has nothing to do with it just to see, can there be something else much further away from the actual core, what it's all about. And that takes a lot of time. And I brought that up in the last video as well, how much time it actually takes when you're trying to find things and figure out things on the PTR. So this is nothing like when you log in, it's not like, oh, it's just in front of you right there, or just in front of you right there. I'm not talking about these things. I'm not talking about these casual, easy stuff that you see here and there. I'm talking about the things that takes time to figure out, things that takes time to do. And I also brought that in the last video as well. It was these things I was talking about. So don't give me this bullshit that we both cover the same PTR content. The difference is, which I literally brought up in last video as well. The difference is that when we check things, I'm there with other people from stream. We are there, let's say 10 hours. Let's say take maybe 8 to 10 hours to figure something out, and then MrGM, after we publish it, after we do it, after we say this is how we think it is, after that, always after that, the day after, some days after, he pops up and he figures it all out in like half an hour, 20 minutes, all locations, everything, boom, 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 just like that. That's what I'm talking about. And it hasn't happened once, it hasn't happened twice, it has happened loads of times. Loads of times. So that's what I'm talking. That's a big, big difference. So please get that into your brain. Start looking at ways to improve your content, your storytelling, all this stuff. Well, like I said, man, this is my fucking hobby. I have like 1 to 2 hours, maybe some days even more, after a full day of work, full day with family, super exhausted. I do what I can do. I'm not here to try to be like, oh man, this person is better than me or that person is better than me. This is my fucking hobby. Get that into your brains. Okay, let's take the next one. Explain to me how the content creator list of 1015 is photoshopped when the portion of the list displays shows the same amount of entries. It takes a lot of effort to adjust this. Also, ruling out the chance that your name got added later on after he took the screen grab. These kind of comments that I got, and people were like, oh man, you have erased so many comments from the Twitter and all these things. It's these kind of comments that I got. It's either these kind of stupid comments, or it's comments like main character syndrome. Main character syndrome. Now here's the thing. I've been working on this website as a hobby since 2014. Have I ever opened my mouth on the last 9 years about anything of this? I have acted like I acted on the last video during the last 9 years. I'm a person where I always put everyone in front to help out first. My wife, my kids, my friends, people at work, even people I don't know. I even brought a homeless person to my garage once to live in my garage for around 2 weeks. I always help people before I help myself. Now, of course, you don't know this. You saw this video and you saw a pissed off dude that a person took a lot of stuff from and showed things about it. And when you don't have anything to say, anything useful to say, you try to find other things about that person. Because you see it the first time, you see it on a video, you see it on a clip and whatever. You get your first thought about it without thinking what's actually going on, without thinking the context of the video. So you bring these things up for like main character syndrome, schizo, delusional, like all these things. It was these things that I erased from the Twitter feed. Of course I did. I don't want to see that on my Twitter feed. Do you want to see that on your Twitter feed? I got so many name callings on that Twitter. So many. One day, I was like, okay, let me just remove all this. Dang, 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 dang. Because you simps are literally so incompetent that instead of checking something, you want to type on the keyboard on the other side of the world about like name callings instead. So of course I removed your asses. And this is one of these people. At least this one was not any name calling, so that's why I bring it up now in this video. This person just thinks that I was lying about this Photoshop. Now, if you think that this has not been Photoshopped, go ask the community manager or anyone that has posted this post. See what they see if it's Photoshopped or not. Let's move on. Next one. Some of the comments were also about that I raised my name from this image when MrGM had it on the video, and that is sus. Well, here's the thing. You're trying to find things to be like, oh, but wait, you did this. Oh, wait, but you did that. Because you know that I'm right. But let's talk about this. This is an image of a tweet. This is an image where I talked to him, where I've tweeted to him that he doesn't know who I am. It would have even been better if the name was here, except for the name that was there. This is not an image that I'm showing from start to you guys where I cut something out and be like, hey, take a look at this. This was for him when he was saying that he doesn't know who I am. Has nothing to do with any kind of like, yeah, but he did give you credit for this image. Well, yipty fucking do. 1 out of what? 30, 40 videos? 1 out of what? 70, 80 streams? So this one is literally an image where I showed a tweet that I sent to him. Had nothing to do with it at all. All right, let's move on. Okay, who do we have here? Oh yeah, this dude. Now this is one of the Blizzard people. I think he's the one that got fired or something. Doesn't matter. So he says like this: while working on 1007, I'd frequent many PTR streamers' Twitch chats using an alt account. I'd ask leading questions to help get them to test various things for me on stream, so I could make changes where needed. This included both MrGM and Moody, among others. I hired both of them to get some interaction with features that were still undiscovered and untested so late in PTR. Unfortunately, because one posted about them first, they assumed they either stole them, when in truth, I was assisting them both equally to find info. Now, before we move on, let's take a look at this. He was assisting both to find them. Well, if we take a look at this one, I know who this guy is. I know exactly who this guy is. Because suddenly he started telling us where some stuff was. His name was Vicmorn. Now this Vicmorn dude came into the stream after weeks we have been on the PTR. And when it comes to these hidden rares, we already figure out how to spawn them. We figure out all the things about these hidden rares when it comes to like, in what way would you spawn these? When Vicmorn came into the stream, he showed 2-3 locations where you could spawn these rares. That's what he did on my stream. So his assisting both equally to find the info, get the fuck out of here. Laced was there, Lazy was there, Patford, and some other people were there. We found all this shit before Vicmorn's ass came into my chat and helped us with like 2-3 rares, the location of them. Not how to do things, just location of them. So Eric Covington, don't give me this bullshit and lie on Twitter that you are assisting both equally to find the information. Don't give me this bullshit that you are normally on my stream and shit. You popped up one time and I invited you to the group and you were like, oh, look at this one. Oh, look at that one. Like 2-3 rares locations of them. So don't give me this bullshit, man. You have never, ever come to my stream before that. Let's look at this one as well. MrGM handled everything professionally from what I saw. Moody's reaction turned me off from engaging with or helping him on PTR from then on. All right. That's very easy to say. In what way? Moody's reaction turned me off. What? I didn't show my ass to you on stream? What do you mean Moody's reaction turned me off? You don't even go on and saying like in what way? And then you say MrGM handled everything professionally. Like this is clearly so biased tweet. And this is what I mean when it comes to like people that have more views on Twitter and giving their opinions when it comes to the video I made claiming this asshole MrGM, and people see this and be like, oh man, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, this and that. I know what you mean with Moody, his reaction turned me off. Because the only thing I can think of was when you had to go, I literally asked you, do you have any Twitter or Twitch or some kind of video website or video place or something that I can put a reference to because you helped us out here? And you said no, and then you left, and then since that time, I never saw you back again. If that reaction turned you off, then you have the problem. I'm just trying to be a nice, respectful guy here. All right, let's move on. Something from Reddit as well. This was when I think MrGM tweeted about that someone has threatened him, or threatened his family. That's what it was. And this guy is like, can someone give me context on this? Moody accuses MrGM of stealing his content, has been harassing him for a while. Let's pause there. Has been harassing him for a while. So you mean that when I tweeted him, the only time I tweeted him was this, which I showed in the last video. And half a year later, I sent him the message that I showed in the last video. Those are the 2 times that I contacted him. One through tweet, one through a personal message on Discord. So you mean that is harassing? This one is about, you've been actually defending yourself saying you never know who I am. It's about that. The other one was about when I asked him to stop it, what he's doing. I personally sent him a message to tell him to stop with these things. I showed it to you on last video how it is. So you're putting it out here that has been harassing him, which is a fucking lie. You just go out there and just make up lies and makes 30-minute defamatory video with basically no evidence. Basically, no evidence. From a biased perspective. He ends up only damaging his own reputation. Well, I even said on the video in the beginning when I was talking bullshit for like 15 minutes that I don't give a shit about the reputation. I'd rather damage my reputation and people will see what kind of snake that asshole is than not saying a word about it. Most people defending MrGM. Who are most people? Please tell me who are the most people. Are you comparing to Twitter? Are you comparing to the other content creators that are more or less indirect, maybe direct friend of his simps? Are you comparing to these people, that the ones that post the comments on Twitter? Is that most people? Asmin reacts to the video in a 90-minute reaction. Dumb shatters, believing his conspiracy sided mostly with the other guy, and apparently went wild, sending MrGM threats. So a conspiracy and people went wild sending MrGM threats. First of all, first things first, doing dumb shit like that, like threats and these things, you have to think about what this is all about. Like things like this, taking ideas, taking information, taking stuff from a person to his own benefit, to his own gain. It's about like gaming and stuff like that. That is one thing. But start threatening, like literally IRL stuff, threatening family, stuff like that. If that is true, you are a fucking idiot. What do you think when you do something like that? Never, ever, ever fucking threat people. Think in your fucking brain what you're doing. Now that said, you know what the funny thing is? If I tweeted that people threatened me, I'll get hate comments on my Twitter. People start saying, oh, where's the evidence of that? Where is this? Where is that? Anyway, let's move on. It truly amazes me how conspiracy-brained Asmon's chat is when it comes to believing shit. Like the moody guy accused MrGM of watching him while... Oh, we'll take that soon. Let's talk with this Asmon's chat. Just 2 seconds. The difference between Twitter, the comments you saw on Twitter, the difference there and Asmon's chat is that there, people are cocksuckers. Simps. In Asmon's chat, you know why it's not simps? Because Asmon on the video never went, this is true or this is not true. And people decided for themselves. What Asmon did, compared to you cunts on Twitter, is that he checked everything. He went through the video. He even went through it in detail, that video. So people could actually see everything in that video and then give their opinion. Compared to the Twitter, these content creators and their simps that saw some stuff here and there and spread the word and everyone start talking like that. Now that's the truth difference. Like the moody guy accused MrGM of watching him while banned by watching MrGM while he was banned and recording it on his phone. How do people not see how crazy the moody guy was being? Very interesting. Now, let's go back to that video a little bit and rewind. I said that when I went to the community manager about this, the community manager started talking about proof. So I needed proof. I needed proof. To get that, I needed to watch his ass. I need to record while I was banned. What I was showing when I was accusing MrGM for watching me while I was banned was because he was tweeting stuff about people that are doing these kind of things, or this and this and that, these name calling things, which I showed on the video. And what I showed there was that he's trash talking other people that are doing it, but he's actually doing it himself. That's what I was. It's not like I went and tweeted stuff and said like, man, if you watch someone banned, you are this and this and this and that, and then I do it myself. That's how you act here on this text here. So think a little bit. You're taking out things without understanding what you're actually doing. All right, next one. Next one up. Here we're gonna watch a clip of one of his content creator friends. The typical reaction.
I'm sure he took some stuff from it, but you know what? Fuck it. I don't know what it was about that guy. He was very unlikable. Whether or not he was true or not. I'm sure he took some stuff from it, but you know what? Fuck it.
Okay. So that's how they think. You know what the thing is? He said that he finds me unlikable. That's not the first person that had been talking like that. We have this guy as well. Moody's reaction turned me off. This guy says that he finds me unlikable. Well, if I'm so unlikable, this image was made before the video I made in October, November, this image. Now, why did you change your look to have a beard as me after the video if I'm so unlikable? Let's move on. Another content creator, So Breezy. I was totally out of the loop on wild creator drama, so I poked around for a minute. And then, oh, some of y'all crazy, I ain't watching this shit, I'm going back to work. There it is. So a person goes out and say, this is how things have been happening. It's a bigger creator that has been acting in this way. And this is the reaction, this downplayed reaction, which leads to other simps and stuff will see this kind of reaction and, you know, all this is shit. And we're going to watch this shit and take it like the negative approach about it. All right, next one up. People in that stupid simp section of the tweet that I made about the video said I was lying, that was a PhD. Well, I took my PhD back in 10th of November 2018. There it is. And the funny thing is, while we're talking about this, people have been saying, if he has a PhD, why did he make such a crappy video? Do you know what a PhD is? This PhD means you have speciality in something, in a certain field, in a certain part of the field. My speciality is genetics and immune system. Now, how can you compare that speciality with making videos and editing and all that stuff and start comparing those two? All right, next one up. We got a tweet here. It says, by Nicholas TV. This is like the vault situation with Asmund all over again. I have no idea what he talks about there, but let's move on. Not much truth being said. Only thing you have is cutting him out of that list, which sense, considering your history. What history? Now this person is also one of his dudes, and it looks like by this clip here, he's one of his moderators. So what history? What history are you talking about? Are you as the same as this Reddit guy? The harassment? The tweet that I made one time? And the Discord message to tell him to stop 5-6 months later? Are you talking about that history? All of this info you work with is public info. If there's overlap with that you cover, it's because you play the same game. Another person that doesn't know how the PTR is, I would explain this public thing for you. Highlighting public, like an idiot. Start knowing how to check information before putting out stupid things like this. Another funny thing, since we're on this topic, is a Disney thumbnail that you have stolen. Well, at least I can say that I did it. Yes, I did. Compared to MrGM, that is fucking silence like a fucking lamb, like a fucking cunt. A lot of people talk about this as well. The community manager that I was in contact with him about this whole thing. You guys been saying, you simps, been saying that I made it all up. Now let's see if I made it all up. This is the image I showed you on the last video. We're going to talk about that, what he has been doing. And the answer was that I should report Twitch about it. Well, there it is. Varia. Yes, she is a community manager. There it is. So was I lying about that? No, I was not. As you guys been saying, well, he has been answering this and that. He's been trying to dodge this and that on the things people have been tweeting about. It is stupid fucking things people have been tweeting about that you want me to answer for. But since you want that, in your fucking face. Also about this, if you talk about this specifically, I also told about this is what he's doing right now. So you guys were like, but why didn't you show a video about it to her? I told this happening right now on stream when I sent this message. I also mentioned in the video when I talked about the Discord thing in the end, when I talked about why I'm quitting the partner Discord, when I said that he's a friend of hers, and if I'm correct, Asmund said, yeah, but there's no proof in that. This is only this year. Only this year. So yeah, there it is. Next one up is about the content creator I've been in contact with. When he says that he'd been contacting MrGM and he mentions that he completely unaware of me and stuff like that. And you guys been saying that I made all this shit up. There's no proof that he never said that he never knows who I am. Well, there it is. It's Entis that I was in contact with. So no, I wasn't lying. All right. This tweet came out back in July 12th last year. This tweet came out the same day when MrGM was trash talking my content on his stream. I don't have a record of that, but I can tell you this. It was he, of course, on his stream, and on the chat that he was trash talking with about me was Nerissa from Wowhead. It was those two that were trash talking my content. So it was two people. MrGM was one of them on the stream. Nerissa was the other on the chat. I can say like this instead. Prove me wrong. Show the chat history of Nerissa around this date. Prove me wrong. So that's when I made this tweet. Okay, so now we've gone through all that bullshit about people saying this and this and that, and I haven't responded to you guys. Well, there you go. Is there anything else I haven't responded about? Because every time when I do respond to something, even like on social media, if I do respond on something, you get quiet like fucking mice. You're only good at jumping in and typing shit without thinking with your brain. Okay, let's move on now. Let's look at some stuff. Now, before I'm gonna show you the rest down here, there are some video clips that we're gonna take a look at to get some context to the whole thing, to understand more about what's actually going on. Now, these videos is about when I post something, either something on my website or on YouTube or a tweet that I make, and MrGM is literally a hawk. When I told you he's a hawk, he's literally a hawk. When I post things, he even had me on his phone as notification. When I post stuff, it pops up, he checks it. So I gotta show you clips during his stream. Even when he's fucking streaming, he's ready like a fucking hawk to see what I'm doing to not miss stuff. Let's take a look at those clips and then go back here.
That's actually a really good idea, because then Fellwood is right at the top of Moonglade, and Winter Spring is not too.
All right. Okay, I have to do it. I have to do it. Check this out. Put it as sensitive content. Put it as sensitive content. I think it's sensitive content now. Yeah.
Random gear that I can't transfer.
There we go. Okay, now I put it. You have to click on it. Alright, so now we saw those clips. A little bit odd, let's put it like that. Is that evidence? Of course not. But very, 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 very odd, isn't it? So with that said, let's take a look at some things that are also very odd. Alright, back in 19th of June was when I found the Ashbringer in 10.1.5. I made a video about it, found the Ashbringer, and how I found it, and what the role is for it in 10.1.5. Literally a day after, MrGM has a video. I'm not talking about the context of the video. I'm talking about the thumbnail of the video. Where did this come from? Very, very odd. Now, this video with that thumbnail has nothing to do with the Ashbringer. Nothing at all. So when I made a thumbnail about the Ashbringer, I found it, a thumbnail pops up on his. That has literally nothing to do with it. Let's move on. This was posted 15th of January. When we jumped in and checked out everything about the tier set, in 10.05, and literally 5 days later, a similar video comes out. Let's move on. This was posted 10th of February. When we checked about the Primordial Stones, how you upgrade it, how it works, and spend all this time on the PTR to check all these things out, 6 days later, a video is made about it. Now here's the thing, I'm not even talking about the stream. The stream that is literally about these things the day after I post these. I don't have the clip, I don't have the videos for it. But I can show you after his streams that he checked these things, he makes a video about it. Ferrac Assault 10.1 guide, published 20th of April. 13th of April, I made a written guide about it. Got a new event for Ferrac Assault. Let's move on. Big Slick in the City 10.1 mount guide. 27th of April. Snail Racing Glimmerog mount, Big Slick in the City, 25th of April. That also contains a full written guide about it. Let's move on. Fast and Easy, the Seething Slug mount. Yeah, we found it on the PTR, we found exactly how you can do it. It was on stream together with Paddyford. He posted it as a comment on the Wowhead section. I posted a video on it, 16th of April, it was posted, and we did it on the 15th of April on stream. 2nd of May, MrGM does a video about it, where it takes info from what we found, and also through the Wowhead's comment section, what Paddyford wrote about it as well. Let's move on. 5th of August, full guide, Dream Surge, catch-up gear, mounts, pets, and more, 10.1.7 Dragonflight overview. Now I made this video, I made a written guide about it, and I also made another video on everything come out 10.1.7 except for this one, the full Dream Surge guide. Because this Dream Surge is only an event part of it. Everything coming 10.1.7 came out 20th of August. Everything in 10.1.7 came out 31st of August from MrGM. This one we all know about. I showed it in the last video, about the renowned video for Dream Wardens. It's quite funny when it comes to these reputation guides. Like he has made maybe like 3 guides when it comes to reputation. And when I told you guys that this was during summer, early summer, when he was trash talking that I'm a degenerate, that I'm checking things and actually rep farming on the PTR.
The rewards, I'm not actually sure, so I think that's going to be a lot of fun to find out. But yeah, sorry I couldn't find that out for you, but yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. Either way, 5 different levels of reputation doesn't...
it doesn't really matter that much, apparently, when it comes to the reputation and the reputation rewards. Funny thing is that out of all reputation that has been coming out in World of Warcraft, he's done like 3 videos when it comes to like guides about it. This is one of them. Another one I made, which was back in the days, was the Zereth Mortis one, back in Shadowlands. Zereth Mortis guide, get exactly with Enlightened fast. 21st of February, 2022. That video brings up exactly all the ways that I put on this guide on how to farm reputation. And this was posted 8th of January. Like, he literally brings up all these points that I'm bringing up here on this guide. Now, I posted a tweet about Belemeth 1025, that it has loads of transmogs, and a video about it. This was 19th of December, 2023. Let's watch this clip.
Features are in this patch. What else I got? Dragon Riding, Azerothian, Reclaiming Gilneas, Dragonflight, Follower Dungeons, Dragon Isles, Epilogues. Oh, yeah! The Night Elf City. Let's go have a look.
So he went on a break and directly comes back and then heads to Belemeth. Very, very odd, isn't it? So when he goes to Belemeth, he starts looking for these treasures directly, and he starts actually writing down waypoints, which is very interesting. He tried to show, like, on the stream and shit, that he's actually, you know, doing work for it and writing down waypoints on the stuff he finds. Well, actually, if you think about the waypoints, when he put waypoints, one was when he did it for this video, when he literally, like, oh, I don't want to show exactly that I took Moody's waypoints, so let's like change a little bit of the decimals. Other time he had been using waypoints was the Secret of Azeroth, where he put them all out here. Every single one, every location on the Secret of Azeroth, of every day, of every clue. If you take a look at these waypoints, they are literally a copy of a Wowhead guide with all the waypoints from this Wowhead guide. Now you might think, yeah, but that's Wowhead, it's fine. No, it's not fine. They put a lot of work in this. And I know it's not fine because when I was in the WoW Discord community, was one time where we had a chance to interview Ian Hazakostas on it. And after that interview, a creator asked on the Discord chat if anyone has any like written stuff about it. And there was one person from Wowhead that answered that they have written down like every question and every answer for it. And you can have it, but if you refer to us. So they even say that to them if they're going to use those things. Of course, Wowhead won't be referred. Next one up, approximately 3 weeks ago, we went through stuff about the time-running Pandamonium. We went through stuff about the data of it. Not checking stuff on PTR, but checking stuff on data that we found in the 1025 data. Now that data has been out for a really long time. We found a lot of things we get literally fully geared with sockets where the transmog is from Pandaria. We found stuff with like borrowed power on necklaces and rings and stuff. And we found even storylines that are added. Pandaria time walking storylines on the different zones and stuff. And then I tweeted back in 4th of January. Revealed Pandemonium 1027 with all data we have been gathering on stream. It seems that Pandemonium 1027 is out on Pandaria Time Walking, Mr. Pandaria, and Time Walking Raid Throne of Thunder. It was posted 4th of January. Now here's the thing. Now a lot of you people think, yeah, but it's on the database. Everyone have access to it. Everyone can check it. Everyone can do it. Yes, everyone can. But isn't it odd that it's been out for so long in the data And literally, the day after I post this tweet, MrGM checks this on his stream on the 5th of January and saying some interesting data mining possible rate of time running Pandamonium event patch 10.27. Could this potentially be some sort of replay in the storylines of Miss Pandaria? And shows these storylines that we also saw. I'm not saying that someone is stealing here. I'm just saying that isn't this odd? Not only about this, about the videos as well. Isn't it odd that it always happens? When I show something, when I do something, when something's happening, isn't it odd? And of course, I'm just gonna show you a typical like how it processed from there. It was a video I made, the tweet about it, the day after the tweet this comes out, and the same day.
Okay, so tell me about the Pandemonium shit. What's going on with Pandemonium? Tell me, Mr. GM. Can I check your tweets? Is it going to be there? Of course it is. What am I even asking here? Let's find Mr. GM's tweets. Okay, interesting data mining, possibly related to the time-running Pandemonium invention in 10.27. Could this potentially be some sort of replay of the storylines of Mrs. Pandaria? That would be really good. Not so much the... Okay, so here we are. Here's your data.
So yeah, that's a little bit how it processed from there. And I've been seeing it over and over and over again. Nothing against Taliesin at all. I love his guides. I love his videos. I love everything about him. I'm just telling you like how it processed from there. And it's not only from there. It's not only these kind of videos. It's also like the Bellar videos when they're having their amazing Friday evenings. They talk about everything about WoW. And then I see all these things that they show that MrGM found on the Twitter and this and that. It's like, holy shit, man. The thing I'll show you is a person that is, his name is Adam. And he has like different like freaking Twitters and alt accounts and I don't know what here and there. And he is the moderator on MrGM's Twitter as well. And they are butt buddies when it comes to PTR. So this is a tweet that I made back in 14th of December where I wrote, MrGM brings up every WoW and non-WoW drama and pulls up comments from Twitter, YouTube on stream. But he avoids and pretends to be unaware about the video I made exposing him. Not a single word, because he has nothing that goes against the accusation. Quiet as a mouse, hoping it will go away, piece of shit. So I wrote that, and then his butt buddy jumped in, and I'm not gonna start reading all this, so we're gonna watch a video of it instead. Man, this fucking MrGM, he has like, you know, he has these guys, these simps army that he thinks like they're gonna take care of this different situations, you know? Fucking man up and deal with your own shit. Why are you bringing these fucking cunts here and you know, bringing up bullshit things that has nothing to do with anything? It's like he's pissed off because I wrote about the transmog of the what's it called? Druid of Flame. He's making like 4 posts about it, super pissed off about it, that I'm baiting other content creators. Listen, you little shit, of course I'm baiting other content creators. Because all the shit that has been happening. And apparently, you got baited as well. And MrGM got baited. So even if you try to warn him not to do this, he fucking did it. I got evidence all over your asses. Like, what the fuck do you think? 2 articles, of course 2 articles. Let's take a look at these articles. Let's bring them up. The ones you're showing on stream like I'm fucking afraid of my own content. Let's bring them up. Here's one, here's the other. How to get Druid of Flame transmog. Here's the first one. 23rd of October. This was before I made the video. Before I made the video about cunt GM. And he got baited into it. This is the other one I made afterwards. And cunts like you, Adam, got baited into it. Cunts in Wowhead got baited into it. And that was the purpose. Because you fucking cunts can't find your own fucking guides and do anything in the game. But you just have to look at other people doing their shit and steal their shit. So of course I fucking baited your asses. Fucking cunts. Well, there you go. Feel baited. Piece of shit. He's acting like, you know, by the way, you did not once but twice 2 months ago. Like, oh no, I did something wrong. I wrote the guy that was a lie. Well, whoop-de-doo, piece of cunt. Of course I did. Why should I hide about it? Did I do something wrong? No, I fucking didn't. It's my website. Do whatever the fuck I want my website. Did I do something against the person? No, I didn't. So what the fuck are you talking about? At least I provided evidence over and over. About what? Did I put these, did I had these 2 articles? Like what? Was that his like gotcha thing? Fucking Adam. So fucking tired of him. Fucking simp. You can't be a bigger simp than him. Oh my god. And the thing is, he and Mr. GM have probably talked about all this stuff as well on their Discord. I dare you to show a conversation between you and him on Discord since October. I fucking dare you. Because you have so much to hide, you two, that you're fucking sucking each other's dicks about it. Like, Mr. GM is quiet as a little cunt piece of shit and lets this guy, this Adam guy, talk for him about, like, stupid shit. It's literally about stupid shit. Like, what is he bringing up? That I'm watching Mr. GM not logged in? Oh, fucking course I'm watching him not logged in. What the fuck do you think I got all the videos from, you idiot? Is something I'm hiding? No. He's bringing up stuff like I'm trying to hide something, like evidence. What fucking evidence? Am I hiding any of this? No. I stand for all this stuff. Yes, I made two guys that are not correct, and I baited his ass, and I baited your ass. Act like I'm trying to hide something. There's only one person that tried to hide something, you fucking idiot. All right. So that was that video. So I made an article about that you can find this transmog. Before I made the previous video, I made about Mr. GM. I made actually an article that was not true. In this article, to be able to move on, you have to reach max rank with the new renown system. Otherwise, you won't be able to see the new storyline and get this transmog and all these things. Like, you had to reach max rank. Now, let's take a look at this.
I want to know why the Druids of the Flame have gone with Farak. Because in the, in the context of the cutscene, it just kind of, they were just hanging out. I know there was like the quest in 10.1.7, but I don't think it fully explained it, did it? And what have they been doing for like 10 years? Okay, you ready? There it is. Imagine if they let you run dungeons and do warband. That'd be awesome. What is... Oh. Wait, what do we get? Oh, the crafting piece. Oh yeah, shit. Customizations. Night scales and sunset scales. That's fun. I'll take the night scales. And I've run out of resources now. There we go. We hit 20. It's over. Why did I just do that? Alright. Anyway, that's all I want to do. Here's something a little bit depressing. I finished the rep, so I got 20 rep. So I'm kind of like looking at World Quest now, and I'm like, there's no reason for me to do this World Quest. I kind of screwed myself. I kind of screwed myself over, honestly. Yeah, I kind of screwed myself over there. Renown? I've been 20 renown for ages. Yeah, since Thursday, last Thursday. Yeah, as soon as the anniversary buff came up, I hit 20 renown. Sweaty. I know, and I kind of regret it. I was saying this yesterday. I kind of regret doing it because I feel like I don't have that much to do anymore in regards to like World Quest and shit. Yeah, I feel like I kind of screwed the pooch there.
The main reason why people went max all in on the renown was because of player power. It was a player power behind it. And as you can see on the video, he even regrets that he did it afterwards. And there's no content he can do on stream now because he went all in. Two different streams in a row, he talks about that he regret that he did it, and there's basically anything to do now in WoW on streams because he has done it. So a person that have this as content, why would you do everything so fast and be done with it, and now we have no content later on? Well, we know why. Because he thought that this will open up more content with this fake guy that I made. And Adam, which is literally Mr. GM simp left ball, check these things, check the second article I made, where you have to like do all these, we have to do a lot of different things to be able to like unlock it, and it turned out it's a lie. So how did he know it was a lie? So basically I've been checking all these things. And as mentioned on Twitter, that he's been, you know, quiet as a mouse and trying to dodge everything that has to do with the video, even though everything else that has to do with any kind of WoW stuff, stream, YouTube, social media, everything, literally everything else he brings up on his stream about other people. But he never mentions anything about like what happened to him.
Did you watch Asmon's video? It's vague. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Eyes, I guess he was right. The fuck you talking about? See ya? Alright. Bye, mate. People are strange. Fuck yeah, they are. Like some deranged fucking crazy people.
Alright. Back in 2020, a tweet was made by him where he got pissed off when some other dude downloaded a few of his tweets, pics, videos from the alpha and posted them on the WoW page on Reddit with 0 credit. Then when people call him out, he got downvoted. Then he messaged me as well. What a legend. So here he tweets about getting pissed when other people are using his content. Well, there comes the question, where did he get his content from? From start. And like I said before, man, it's not only me. I can't say who it is because of respect, but there are other people that has been affected the same way by this dude. And he brings up like 0 credit. Has he given credit to anything? If we don't talk about only like my stuff and people I can't mention, think about Wowhead stuff. Did he bring credit for them? Think about all the different Discord channels that he takes so much information from. The secret Discord, the data mining Discord, like all these things he takes information from and no one gets credited from it. The only time he gets credited is like nowadays. Like loads of WoW content creators are actually crediting people now after I made that video. When I saw this stuff, I found more and more things about him. There was a whole big thing with him and Pyro and the way he treated him. Like, what the hell, man? He brings up that he got threatened and stuff after the video I made, and then he's been treating Pyromancer like this. It's like, what the freaking hell? So if you haven't seen the stuff that's been going on between him and Pyro just some years ago, you should definitely check it out. Oh my God, man.
Assuming that you're probably watching this stream and this is bothering you, I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to delete the thread. And I'm also going to say, you shouldn't throw stones whenever you live in a glass house. You had no problem tweeting and laughing and playing it off like mental problems, like playing off Pyromancer's mental problems whenever he deleted his Twitter, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. What happens whenever this gets turned around on you? Stop being a bitch. And the moment that this happens to you, don't go and cry to Twitter after you did the same thing to somebody else. There will be no more comments or negative threads about MrGM on my Reddit. I do hope you learn from this. Because you're at fault just as much as he is. And in my opinion, even more. Because you're going and looking for sympathy. Whenever you started the drama.
Boom. Now, last thing I want to talk about is to you, to Mr. GM. Now, a lot of these things that people questioned, you already knew about. And I have to go in a video and show these things as well in the beginning of the video to defend myself. And a lot of them was also about name calling and harassing me. That I need to remove a lot of those tweet replies. Like when you know all these, when you see all these things, when you see how the situation has been going on, like how I got treated from your friends, from the other content creators, from your fans, from all this, when you actually know the truth in all different shape and forms, what has been going on, don't you think that it's actually time to say what has actually been happening? That you have been doing these things instead of let him cook kind of approach. You know exactly what has been going on. And you know that what I've been showing here is not even close to what you have actually been doing. You haven't even been taking people's tags. You've been literally checking the coding behind YouTube videos to find people's tags and literally copy paste them to your own. You go to such a deep level to use other people's things. It's time to stop, man. Make your own content. You are really good at doing all these different editing and things. Yeah, but you need to work for it and then do it. Not using like other people's things, and the majority of your time is the editing. Like over and over and over again. Come on, man. A lot of people are watching this video and the last video have so much negative thoughts about me and about the situation with the different name callings. Don't you have any kind of feeling for that? It's like, shit, man, he's getting treated this way. I should come out and just say how it actually is. I mentioned in the last video when I said, what if it was someone close to you? What if it was a sister, a brother, a mother, a father, a daughter, a son, a wife, a girlfriend, a boyfriend? And when I said those things, that was actually to you, to reach out to you. What if it was, man? What if this person right here was a person that was very close to you that got treated this way? Would you like that? And now it's your turn, man. The ball is literally on your side. Are you gonna do like you did after the last video and just try to pretend that nothing of this has happened? Or just gonna like go out and say, yeah, I have done that. I'm sorry about this. So the truth is out. And then we just leave all these things behind, turn it to a new page, and go on with our life. And let 2024 be the greatest year for all of us. Time to tell them the truth, man.